Thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you, American Heritage Credit Union, for their partnership and their trust for so many years now. And welcome everyone to today's presentation, Understanding the United States Financial System. I will go over a little bit of everything that comes with that financial system. It will not be in too much detail because I will be covering several topics. But all of you know and are familiar with all the wonderful webinars that the credit union offers. And if you happen to have any more questions or concerns about any of the information that will be covered here today, please do not hesitate to let us know. You will have our information, and we're here to provide you with resources and knowledge. So, with that, we'll go ahead and start. So who is Money Management International? We are a national full service nonprofit financial education and counseling organization. Our mission is to improve life through financial education. And with that, Money Management International offers a variety of services. One of those is that we have a free online learning program, learn.mmiuniversity.org. At the end of the presentation, you will be able to see the link to that program. It is free. And there are several resources and several topics. But I know that the credit union also have another wonderful financial learning program that Crystal will go over. So as you see, tons of information and resources. Other of our services that we provide budget and credit counseling that is free of charge, available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Our counselors are certified by the National Foundation of Credit Counseling. And then in the housing area, we are certified by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development. But the best thing about is that we have a great relationship with the credit union. So we have a dedicated phone line for all members and non-members of the credit union. Again, at the end of the presentation, you will be able to see that slide with the dedicated phone number. So it is free. We don't sell, we don't market. It is a great service that we are able to offer. Other resources that we offer, we provide bankruptcy counseling and education, and that is due to the law that was established back in 2005. Student loan counseling, credit report reviews, post disaster recovery counseling. So, for more information, you're also able to go into our website, which you will see at the end of the presentation. Okay. So this is the objective of today's class. The United States financial system is a very robust system and includes many tools and resources that help us achieve financial success. Again, we have to take advantage of them, we have to use them, and we have to use them the right way. So I am just going to go and give you an overview of the United States financial system. And at the end of the session, you will be able to describe basic components of the financial system. I'm going to be able to describe scams and predatory lending practices and how to take steps to safeguard your personal information. I also going to identify how education and awareness can help you navigate the United States financial system. And then in that way, you're able to utilize tools and resources that they are going to help you manage your money and achieve your financial goals. Achieve financial stability for you and your loved ones. Okay, so again, the US financial system is a very robust system, but can seem complex at some times. But once you have a good idea of how it works, it becomes much easier to take advantage of the tools and resources available. Beyond awareness and education, financial success often begins with identifying your goals. Okay, what are your financial goals? Think about uh, this question. I'm giving this question to all of you. Think about, where did you want to see yourself in 1 year? Where did you want to see yourself 1 year from now? Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years, 20 years, or maybe longer? So most goals have a financial component, and there are many financial tools and resources available in the United States to help you achieve your goals. Now, awareness also gives you the confidence to identify trusted resources and strategies that can help you manage your money, achieve financial goals, save for emergencies, plan for your retirement, build generational wealth, protect your personal information, and much more. So let's start by taking a look at the basic components of the US financial system. Now, and a strong budget, okay, and we have gone through these classes. We offer these classes through the credit union. A strong budget can be a tool to help you manage your finances and get you where you want to be. So let's take a look at where to start. So budget, or a spending plan, in other words, knowing how much money is available in your household and where is that money being spent. All right, so these are the common components of the US financial system, and they include financial institutions and products, credit, credit history and debt, savings and investment tools, insurance, and taxes. Fortunately, there are also a variety of financial management tools available to help you keep track of your finances and goals. As we take a closer look at each of these components and concepts, think, I dare you, all of you up there, to think about how you may be able to incorporate them into your current financial plan. Okay, so let's start by talking about financial institutions like banks and credit unions. These institutions offer a safe place to keep and grow your money. There are some basic differences between a bank and a credit union, but they are both considered a financial institution, and they both offer basic products and services to help you protect and manage your money. Financial institutions in the United States are insured by the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC. And many of you see that little gold seal in the front entrance of your bank. We also have credit unions, and credit unions are insured by the National Credit Union Association, NCUA. Okay, again, when you go into the credit union, if you are a member of the American Heritage Credit Union, that seal is right at the entrance. Now, by being insured means that the money you have in them is insured or protected by the federal government. So if the bank closes or goes out of business, your money will be safe. This applies to most types of accounts with banks and credit unions. Financial institutions offer basic products, including checking accounts where you can deposit and withdraw your money at any time. You can withdraw it in person, you can withdraw it online, or through their ATM machines. You can also, well, nowadays not many people do it, but some people still do. You can write a check, or many people use a debit card to access the money in your checking account, and they're able to make payments for their everyday obligations. Now, another product that they banks and credit unions offer are saving accounts. You can still deposit and withdraw your money at any time, as with a checking account, but the money in a saving account may earn interest. Okay. And what is interest? An additional money paid by the financial institution, allowing the money that you are saving to grow. There are different types of saving products available as well, such as basic saving accounts and may earn little interest, not a lot. There are also money market accounts that will earn a little bit more interest. There's also certificates of deposit or CDs. Each time of account will have different terms. We also have high yield saving accounts, and those usually earn a little bit more of interest. Now, it is very important to understand that each account will have different terms. So it is important for you to understand, to read what are the requirements to keep the money there, how much money is required as a minimum deposit, um, how much interest is going to get paid, and guidelines about how and when you can make withdrawals, especially on saving accounts. Yes, you can withdraw the money, but on saving accounts, usually the main thing about saving accounts is to keep the money there. So some saving accounts allow you only 2 or 3 or 4 withdrawals. So it is very important for you to read and understand the requirements. Finally, we have loan products. And these products allow you to borrow money from financial institutions and pay it back gradually over time. Representatives that work at financial institutions can help you determine the best product for you based on your personal situation and needs. There are many different financial institutions to choose from. So it is very important for you to research and compare your options with trusted resources. There is one up there called bankrate.com, bankrate.com. And that source allows you to be able to compare products. If you're looking for a CD, if you're looking for saving accounts, if you're looking for personal loan, car loan, credit card, home equity line of credit, home mortgage loan, etc. So in banks and financial institutions and credit unions. So it's a great resource for you to be able to check and compare different resources. So you also, some of us still ask recommendation from our relative, close friends, or maybe our neighbors. So the main thing is that ultimately we choose the best financial institution that is going to work for us and the best product available that is going to help us. Okay. All right. So let's talk about credit and credit history. Credit allows you to purchase items now with money that you can borrow and pay back over time. Any transaction you make using credit is cataloged and becomes part of your credit history, okay? Credit report history. Your credit report history will show how much money you owe and to whom, whether you made your payments on time, how much credit you have available to use, whether you have ever defaulted on a loan, and where you have applied for credit. Your credit report history is connected to your Social Security number. So it also contains your credit report history contains identifying information such as your current address, past addresses, your birthday, also current employment, past employment. So all this information is reported by lenders, by financial institutions to the credit reporting agencies. Okay. And who are the credit reporting agencies? Those are Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Okay. And these credit reporting agencies, or they're also called credit bureaus, they use this information that they receive to create consumers' credit report histories. So credit report histories are used for referrals. They are used by landlords. They are used by employers for certain types of jobs. They're also being used by insurance company when we are trying to get a homeowner's insurance or a car insurance. And by looking at our credit report history, they're able to give us, some insurance rate decision. Also, many services, for example, utilities, cable service, internet service, cell phone, electricity, things like that, they're also using our credit report history to extend us that service. Okay. Now, has anyone out there checked your credit report lately? Have you checked your credit report history lately? Okay. What information you found? Is it all correct? Were you able to request your credit report from all of the 3 credit reporting agencies? Because we all ended up with 3 credit report histories, one from each of the 3 credit reporting agencies. So we have one from Equifax, one from TransUnion, and one from Experian. Okay. Now, these are the 3 major credit reporting agencies in the United States. The information in your credit report is used to generate a credit score. Okay, so credit reporting agencies build our credit report history. Okay, and one thing very important to know is that reporting to all of them is volunteer. So if I happen to have an account with Bank ABC, they may choose who to report it to. So I may only ended up having that account showing on one of my three credit reports. So they choose whoever they want to uh, report it to. Okay. All right. So again, the information on your credit report is used to generate a credit score. Okay. This score, along with the information in your credit report, is used by financial institutions. It's used by lenders. It's used by service providers, by employers, okay? Just to determine your financial character and how likely you are to pay back the money that you are borrowing. There are several credit scoring models out there, but the most common one being used today is called FICO score. And FICO score ranges from 300 to 850. The higher the score, the better. Credit is an important part of the United States financial system, and it is used to determine whether you will be able to borrow money, how much interest you will pay, and if they are going to extend you that loan. Okay. Credit, again, may also consider credit report history is also considered when you apply for various services, just like renting an apartment. And I mentioned this a little bit ago, getting insurance, utility, etc. Credit is also required to rent a car. Credit credit history is also required when you are making a reservation in a hotel. And in some cases, credit is also considered when you apply for a job, and specifically for financial institutions. So for this reason, it's important to establish and maintain a positive credit report history in the United States. You will have to establish credit. There are various ways to establish credit. You can apply by getting a secure credit card, or if someone is serving you as a co-signer while you apply for a loan. But it is important to do it the right way. Secure credit cards, I think, is the best tool out there to start establishing credit. Now, once you establish your credit, it is important to review your credit report regularly to make sure that the information is accurate and positive. Okay. We, all consumers here in the United States, under the Fair Credit Reporting Act and under the Fair and Accurate Credit Transaction Act, we are all entitled to a free copy of our credit report from each of the 3 credit reporting agencies once every 12 months. Okay. Now, in 2023, there was an amendment done to the FACT law. So now we are able to request it more often. So to do so, all you have to do is go to annualcreditreport.com for more information and how to request your credit report for free. Make sure that you go to the right website, to the to the real website, because there is a lot of now imposters out there. Let's talk about debt. Well, here it is, credit and credit history. So the 3 major credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, the credit score, and there is annualcreditreport.com, annualcreditreport.com. All right, so let's talk about debt. Debt is something that we owe, okay? So when you borrow money using credit, you owe a debt until it's paid back. If you want to buy an item, but you don't have enough money immediately available, you can save until you have enough, or you can apply for credit or a loan to borrow the money that you need to buy that item, okay? And then that way you're paying it over time. You will, in many cases, you will be required to pay a fee for borrowing money, and this is known as interest. The cost of using credit, it is also called interest. So there is an interest that we have to pay for borrowing that money. Debt can be good if it is managed responsibly. Debt can help you build and maintain positive credit, which you can use to help you purchase large items such a home or a car, or maybe use it to go to school as a student loans. It is important not to accrue too much debt and to manage the debt that you accrue. You have to manage it wisely. If you're not able to pay back the debt you owe, your credit report history and your credit score will be negatively affected, and you could face collection or legal action. Please keep in mind that debt can be secure, which means it is backed by a collateral like a house or a car, okay? Or debt can be unsecure, meaning that it is not backed by a collateral. Examples of this are credit cards, okay? Credit cards which are issued by a financial institution. So when you apply for a credit card, the financial institution will check your credit report history to help them decide whether or not to approve you to extend you that credit card. Okay. Also, they are able to determine how much you can borrow and what your repayment terms will be. Now, most merchants, most of the stores out there, businesses accept credit cards, so you can use them to buy many things or even for everyday purchases. Credit cards are an example of a unsecured debt. Loans are issued by financial institutions for a variety of reasons. You might apply for a personal loan to purchase, maybe to pay out debt, or there are other big personal loans such as a mortgage loan that it is used to buy a house, or some uh, loans specifically for automobiles. Um, and there are also, as I mentioned, large expenses such as college education. As with any credit cards, the financial institution or lender will check your credit report to make that lending decision. Okay, so it is used as a referral. It's used as a referral. All right, insurance. Insurance. So another important component of the United States financial system is insurance. Insurance can help protect you and your finances in case that something uneventually, something that we were not waiting, unforeseen event happen. You pay a certain amount of money each month for an insurance policy, and this is known as premium. Then, if an event occurs that is covered under your insurance policy, your insurance provider will pay a percentage of the cost. And this is known as coverage. Okay. Depending on the type of insurance you have and what you use it for, you may be responsible to pay for a smaller percentage of the cost. And this is known as deductible. Okay. So we have different types of insurance. So if you have car insurance, uh, or if you have homeowners insurance, rentals insurance, there are various types of insurance with different premiums, coverage amounts, and deductibles. In some cases, such as when you borrow money to buy a home or a car, insurance is required. In other cases, insurance may be optional. So you obtain a policy And how do you obtain this insurance policy? You obtain them through insurance agents. Again, ask for um, recommendation from your friends, from your relative or co-workers. Like any other financial products, you can choose who your insurance provider will be, what type of insurance you have, and how much your insurance will cover. These are some of the commons insurance out there. Property and renters insurance, which in your property will cover your home if you still have a home loan. The home loan mortgage company will require you to have a homeowner's insurance. There is also renters insurance, and renters insurance will cover your personal belongings in case something happened in your apartment. This is a very important policy if you are a renter to have, and it's very unexpensive. There is also automobile insurance, and if you have an auto loan, it is required in many states, and actually in many states, it is required to have a car insurance. Even if you own already the car or not, you are required to have a car insurance. Many states. And the insurance will cover accidents or incidents involving your vehicle. There is also health and disability insurance. It helps you cover medical costs. And on disability insurance, it will provide you money if you are disabled or not able to work. Life insurance could provide money to your loved ones upon your death. And this is very important, especially if we have dependents. Uh, so we want to make sure that they are protected. Liability insurance can help cover your assets of, all the things that you own. And this will be able to help you if you're sued uh, for any type of reason, might be an accident or something. It is called an umbrella. Usually, it's an umbrella insurance. Um, so uh, Again, I wanted to kind of really emphasize about that renter's insurance. It is important for all of you who rent that your personal belongings, your personal property and contents, and your rental unit is not covered by the building's owner's insurance. Okay, so very important, is very inexpensive, very inexpensive. Taxes. United States government and some states uh, in the U.S. collect income taxes from his citizens. Well, everyone has to pay federal taxes. Not everyone has to pay state taxes. Again, many states will require the consumers to pay state taxes. And they collect this money, so the government is able to use that money for a variety of public programs, services, roads, etc. The income tax system in the US is progressive, meaning the amount of income tax that you will pay is determined by how much money you are making. Essentially, everyone who has an income may have to pay a percentage to the government. Mandatory income tax is typically deducted automatically from your paycheck. So each time you're paid, you'll see that deduction. It is important that you work with your employer to complete a W-4 form to determine the correct amount of deductions. And a record of taxes deducted will be on your pay stub. It is very important to check those deductions to make sure that your pay stub is correct. Some mandatory taxes out there include the Federal Insurance Contribution Act, which is the FICA, also called Social Security and Medicare. And this is used to provide care for retired and disabled Americans. We also have the federal income tax, which is used to fund many programs and services, a state income tax, which is also used for public services, and the amount of state tax you will pay, if any, depends on the state and where you live. Um, Now, depending on your income, you may require to file a tax return annually. Basically, this is a way to reconcile taxes paid or owed with federal and state governments. Okay. To learn more about taxes and all these laws, and every year there's new laws and policies, a website is irs.gov, and that is the official government page for the Internal Revenue Service. Okay. Um, and then also there's some resources out there that consumers are able to use. It's called the Volunteer Income Tax Assistant, where many consumers are able to file taxes for free. The IRS has information on VITA. Those are the four-letter Volunteer Income Tax Assistant, or you can also call 211.org, which is the United Way. Financial management tool. So with so many different components, as you can see, it is important to develop a solid budget. Have a plan and save for your future. It is important also to know your net worth. And all of this can help you to create a well-rounded, successful financial plan. There are a variety of financial management tools and strategies to help you, but it's very important to go to the right resource. The most important thing is building a budget, developing a budget. You'll be able to list your income. Remember your net income. Net income is the money that we bring home after all the deductions. And from there, you're going to write all your expenses. Expenses are divided in three categories: fixed expenses, variable expenses, and periodic expenses. It's very important to include all your expenses, And that way you're able to know also where the money is going. There is a great tool out there, and it's tracking. A monthly tracking of your daily expenses, so you're able to see exactly where your money is going. Now, and once you develop that budget and you develop, your spending plan, include a saving in your budget. That is part of your expenses. Okay, under your expenses, fixed expenses, a saving. You need to plan a saving category in there. And that way you're included regular saving. You're saving for your emergencies. You're saving for your financial goals. So very important to have that in your saving strategies, and they're in your budget. There are many savings vehicles out there, like if you're working and your employer have some saving vehicles, such as, and these are sponsored by your employer, like a 401k. And this is usually for private companies, or 403b plans. That's usually for nonprofits. Um, Also, there are accounts out there. If your employer doesn't offer any of that, then there is also the IRA, individual retirement accounts. So these are accounts that they're able to help you save. But some employers also have IRAs. Some employers also have IRAs. So these accounts, you're able to save before taxes, okay? Before, and they take the money from your gross, okay? And this money is specifically for long-term saving, long-term financial goals, your retirement. There is also, okay, again, if your employer doesn't offer any of the IRAs or 401k or 403b, then they're also called IRAs. These are individual retirement accounts, but these are accounts that you're able to put money after from your net, okay, from your net. So they there's a specific name, and now I can't remember the name, but there is a specific account that you're able to open. Even if you have adolescents, you can help them open one of those accounts, and you're able to put money again from your net. There are also education saving accounts, one of the most popular ones, and they're also sponsored by several states, is the 529 plan. 529 plan. These accounts will allow you to save for a financial goal for your children education, for college or private uh, schooling. Now, finally, there is some investments strategies out there, such as owning a property or maybe a stock, bonds, mutual funds. This money is going to grow over time through interest and dividends pay. And they are usually managed by trusted financial planners. So as you gain more income and assets, um, keep a look at your net worth statement, which is a great tool to help you track of how much money you own versus how much money you owe to others. Okay. And net worth, this financial tool, and net worth is often considered an indicator of financial success. So what exactly is a net worth? It is the combined value of all your assets. Assets are cash, savings. Uh, if you already own part of your, if you already paid some of your mortgage loan, if you own a car, a boat, if you have CDs, etc., those are the combined value of your assets. Those are assets. And also liabilities. So net worth is assets minus liability. Liability are your financial obligations, is the debt that you owe. Okay. So again, with wise money management, your net worth can grow, and you're able to achieve your financial goals. So bottom line, enable for you to increase your net worth. It is important to reduce or eliminate debt, utilize your budget, utilize your spending plan, always spend less of what you make, have savings, have liquid saving for emergency, and continue to save, continue to contribute to any of your employer long-term savings. Okay. So these are just some of many helpful vehicles the United States financial system offers to assist you in managing your money and be able to help you manage your goals. But there are a lot of, unfortunately, there are a lot of unscrupulous individuals out there and organizations that they may try to prey on less experienced consumer. And believe it or not always is the case. Not always that is the case, that the person is less knowledge. lately in the news, there's been people who are very knowledgeable and they fall for these bad people. So especially elderly, especially retirees. If you live with an elderly, or if your parents or your grandparents, or you maybe, and your children also, your adolescent, please make sure that you are on top of that, that you're always telling or explaining or reviewing. So there are a lot of scams, a lot of fraud out there going on. I think lately in the news now, we are listening or hearing from an Amazon scam going on right now, because of the Prime thing, Prime buying thing. So let's just take a look very quickly, some common scams and what steps you might be able to take to protect your money, to protect your identity, to protect uh, your own name, and your net worth, your assets. Okay. Scams and fraud can occur when a con artist tries to take advantage of you by promising a lot. And this is what lately has been going on a lot with the elderly, with retirees. Scams can potentially occur in many areas, and some of this may include sales scams, someone promising you a product, employment scams, someone advertising for fraudulent employment to gain access to your personal information, online, mail, and phone scams, someone contacting you or communicating with you online or by mail or phone, trying to trick you into giving out your personal or financial details. Also, please do not click on any message that you receive. These might be unsafe links and sites that could compromise your information, your laptop, your computer. Scammers can be very convincing, so it is very important to be sure you're always using secure website, initiating or verifying contact with your financial institutions and service providers. Always go to them first. Always use website. Always, if you happen to receive any message, any phone call, you're gonna go and hang up the phone, and you're gonna go and call your trusted provider. Protect your sensitive information like social security, your password, your account numbers. Please stay away from credit repair scams. Someone offering you to fix your credit for a fee, uh, that's not a good business. Remember the law that I mentioned a few minutes ago, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Allows consumers to dispute information for free that you find in your credit report. It is the law. It is the law. And while you're disputing that information in your credit report through directly to the credit reporting agency, by law, the credit reporting agency have to take that information out of your credit report history while the investigation is going. So that's what credit repair clinics do. And they charge us. They charge a lot of money. Identity theft, someone using your personal identifying information to commit fraud. They're able to open accounts. They're able to use, to get access to your financial institutions, and they're able to use it for many other to apply for medical help, for employment, taxes, filing taxes, getting a driver's license, etc. Predatory lending, which is another type of scam that people seek to perpetrate on the unaware. This can include a wide array of abusive businesses out there. They have really bad practices. Predatory lenders may target less sophisticated or less experienced people, and predatory lending tactics may involve using high pressure sales techniques, confusing language, and elaborate a marketing program to convince people to consolidate debt or take loans with high costs and fees. We're talking also about title loans. We're talking about tax reimbursement and advance, pawn shops, anticipated loans, anticipated income loans. These businesses charge over 300% on interest. Very high fees, very high fees. So the best defense to help protect yourself and your family from scams and predatory lending is to become an educated consumer. Understanding and participating wisely in the United States financial system is an excellent way to stay educated and safeguard your personal information, your personal finances. Okay. So there are a lot of simple steps that you can take to help you, to help you in this. So please, once a week, check your financials, check your bank account, check your credit card statements once a week, and often check your credit report history. Check your credit report history. All right. So one of the last slide that I'm going to give you, there is information about how to opt out of pre-screen credit card offers. This limits an easy opportunity for fraudsters for criminals to intercept your mail or any other, you know, online offers out there. Okay. So here are some of the resources, but remember, financial education and awareness is also critical to help you and your family achieve security and success. Navigating the financial system is a common important part of everyday life in the United States. Okay. Financial education will help you build a foundation in financial literacy. Be aware of all the things out there. So there are several websites up here that I put together. Bankrate is one that is really is a really great website to allow you to shop around. Annual credit report to request your credit report. Opt out screen. This is to opt out of pre-screen offers. Learn about the taxes, IRS, prevent and report fraud, that Federal Trade Commission.gov, but the FTC.gov also have a lot of great information on dealing with collectors, all the laws about the credit, the two laws that I mentioned, the FCRA and the FACT. How to request your credit report is also under the Federal Trade Commission. Another website is consumerfinance.gov. And we also have a lot of great information, financial education, and counseling on our website. All right, so I cover quite a bit in here. Basic components of the U.S. financial system, mention some scams out there, predatory lending, gave you some strategies to safeguard your personal information, resources, lots of resources. Today's presentation is designed for educational purposes only and should not be construed as an investment, tax, or legal advice. All right, so here is our website, moneymanagement.org. There is our online financial literacy program free of charge, learn.mmIuniversity.org. And there is the American Heritage Credit Union dedicated phone line available to everyone, members, non-members, 24/7. Talk to a counselor is free. They are there to help you. Um, and then the phone number in our online program. But I know the American Heritage Credit Union has another wonderful online program.